want our people to understand one very thing. At the end of this very race, Biafra is going to emerge. It doesn't matter what anybody does. And to our African friends and brethren, I want them to also understand this. We talk about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism cannot take off without Biafra, because we do need a genuinely free country in Africa to be able to drive that very critical.
Questions that my generations are asking are the following. If I may summarize, it is not understanding how Africa, with so many riches on our soil, with a generous nature of water, abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a hungry continent. And how is it that we, as heads of state, travel the world begging? These are questions we are asking ourselves, and for which we have no answers so far. We have the opportunity to forge new relationships, and I hope these relationships can be the best to provide a better future for our peoples. My generation also asks me to say that due to this poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean, but soon they will not cross, because they will come to our palaces to seek their daily sustenance. As for Burkina Faso, today we have been facing for more than 8 years the most barbaric, the most violent form of neocolonialism, of imperialism. The slavery that they still tend to impose on us. Our predecessors taught us one thing well. The slave who is not capable of assuming his revolt does not deserve pity for his fate. We do not pity ourselves, and we do not ask anyone to pity us. The Burkinabe people have decided to fight against the terrorists in order to revive their development. In this struggle, brave peoples, courageous populations have committed to taking up arms against terrorism. Those whom we have affectionately called the VDP, the volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists label these VDP as militias and all sorts of things. It's disappointing, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their will. And well, upon their return, we remember well that in Traore, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. So it doesn't matter then. When we, the people, decide to defend ourselves, we are labeled as a militia. But that is not the problem. The problem is seeing African heads of state who bring nothing to these people who are fighting, but who sing the same tune as the imperialists by labeling us as a militia, by calling us people who do not respect human rights. What human rights are we talking about? We are outraged by this, and it is shameful. We, African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets that dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced the sending of grains to Africa. We are very pleased. We thank him for that. But also, it is a message sent to our African heads of state, because at the next forum, we should not come here without having ensured for those who do not know war, the food self-sufficiency of our peoples. We must learn from the experience of those who have already achieved this in Africa, build good relationships here, and foster better relations with the Russian Federation to meet the needs of our populations. I may not be long, the allotted time is very short. We are obliged to stop at some point, but I would like to conclude by saying that we must pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting.
Time without number, the Mazi and the Kanu commit no offense. And that's what has confirmed in the courts, because there's no any ammunition that was being found under his possession. As I used to say that Mazi and the Kanu are not the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria are the Fulani headers. The problem of Nigeria are these all takers, the politicians who have taken the resources of this country to be their personal wealth. They are the problem of Nigeria. Come to look at it, Samuel Ekpan has been restricted not to communicate with Biafrans. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under the DSS. Killing has been going on in the southeast. Have you asked yourself what is causing the killing? I thought they said that if Samuel Ekpan is if Samuel Ekpan is no more speaking with Biafrans, killing will stop. Why is killing still everywhere? Why is the people from Enugu are shouting that they can no longer to fight? So that's to tell you that all this energy Nigerian government is wasting in the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as Samuel Ekpan is not needed. They should channel this energy on how to end Boko Haram. They should channel this energy on how to end this Fulani herdsmen. My people have been killing Benue. My people have been killing in Plateau. Yet Tinubu for the sound. As if Tinubu is not concerned. One of the reasons that we prefer the Southern candidate in 2023, some of us will split our vote for Peter Obi, but some of us vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was because we want to end this Fulani feeling that they own Nigeria by going from one place to another to kill people, by inviting Fulani from different Africa to come Nigeria to come and take over Nigeria. Little did we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would deal with the water Buhari. As I speak to you now, the killing that is going on in my own region, in Benue, in Middle Belt, in Benue, in Plateau, is Tinubu is not speaking. What is happening? Is Tinubu using all the Middle Belt to play politics? I will say we can no longer take it. Enough is enough. And that's why we are saying that Mazi Kanu commit no offense. Everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached over 10 years ago, he was only voice in the wilderness, shouting, preaching this message about the agenda of Fulani, about them taking over Nigeria, Islamizing this country. And that is what is going on. Are they not killing in the Yoruba land? Are they not killing in the southeast? Are they not killing in the middle belt? They are killing everywhere. So if Nigeria were to be a country that value people, Nnamdi Kanu will have been valued and protected by armies, because he was the one against all. He came out to tell Nigeria to prepare ahead. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was just like the case of Joseph. Joseph, when the king of Egypt dreams and he could not understand the dream, they called on Joseph to come and interpret. And Joseph interpreted the dream to Pharaoh and told you that this thing you saw 7 cows, fat one, and tiny cows. This is how it's going to be. They are going to be abundant 7 years. They are going to be farming in 7 years. What you will do, harvest all these things. Let's have it in storehouse. And what happened to the children in the land of Egypt? When they were farming in other places, the 7 years that the Egyptians used to gather food items with the help of Joseph's interpretation of dream was what saved the children of Egypt. So the extent that the people of Kenya, they moved to Egypt to go and secure, to go and survive. And that's what is happening in Nigeria today. Many Nigeria today are running from Nigeria, go to Europe, go to Ghana, to go countries that we supposed not to go. I wish Nigeria government listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remove sentiment of hatred against people. And what this young man is saying about this Fulani, could it be? And we projected and they work fast. All these things will have not happened. Today, as I speak to you, Buhari confirmed me, the former president, that the Fulani men that are killing are not Nigerians. That they are Mali, Burkina Faso Fulani that came to Nigeria. But the question I want to ask you this morning is that how did these Fulani men come into Nigeria? Buhari and APC imported these people come. How did they import it? Buhari told Nigeria that if Jonathan forced himself in Nigeria in 2015, he's going to make his government ungovernable. And today, nobody is questioning Buhari. That statement you made, that statement is what we are facing today. That you can see this Fulani moving from one place to another. They are killing people, driving people. In my place, in Benue, in Plateau, they kill people, they take over their land. Even the governor of Benue came to the national news channel and told Nigeria that, oh, the Fulani that are killing my people, they are not Nigeria Fulani, they are Benue. Oswald. If they are not Nigeria Fulani, what are you waiting for to the president? Oh, the federal government did not give us access to whole God. You will wait until they buy all your people. Is that what we are saying? So what am I saying in essence is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be protected by all costs. We are believing that Justice Omotoso, as he has pleaded for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he is sorry for delaying for 10 years for this job. That he's going to do all his possible best to bring justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he's already working on it. Within 2 weeks, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has appeared in court. Over to 3 times, and we promised that on the 8th of May that the judgment will come. So we are waiting on the 8th of May to see what they will do. But we know that they cannot do anything otherwise. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit no offense. He commit no offense. That's why when Buhari government unleashed the hatred of Igbos, the hatred he have against Igbos on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by declaring IPOB as a terrorist organization, a lot of us we stood and we condemned it. That act was unlawful. That act was condemnable. Even despite they are still trying all their possible means for the world to recognize IPOB as a terrorist. The world did not recognize IPOB as a terrorist. Tell me any world who believes that IPOB is a terrorist today. Nobody. It's only in Nigeria here they're making us to realize that IPOB is a terrorist. They are never. IPOB did not start under Buhari government. IPOB started under Jonathan. For what did Jonathan? Jonathan ignored them. They were going on with their flags. Oh, give us Biafra. We want to leave Nigeria. Of course, they have every right to agitate to leave Nigeria. After the Biafra war, the one called the Igbo, come together, let's form one Nigeria. No victor, no vanquish. But after the Biafra war, tell me any sensitive position that Igbos have ever held since after the Biafra war. They are not allowed them to rule. They say they are not good to be a president of Nigeria. The only thing they have to do, for Biafra, the only thing they have to do Biafra, thanks to Obasanjo, who in his own magnitude bring Igbo in to become a senior president during his time, and make Igbo man to be a president. But that one is enough. It was not enough. It wasn't enough. You could see that how Nigeria economy was flying like eagles under Obasanjo because Obasanjo allowed the Igbos to be in the front lines of his economy. And Nigeria was moving fast. Nigeria was flying like eagles under Obasanjo to 2015 because Igbos were in the front of the economy. They were in the front of the economy. But the moment Buhari came, because of the hatred he had against the Igbos, and he sidelined the Igbos, he felt that Igbos are not good enough. He brought his people, the Fulani men, put them on the top position. They crumbled the economy of Nigeria. And today we are
the way I was coming, I understand that the other time when Igbos, Biafrans gathered in Latin Finland for the declaration of Biafra, of course it was done under the watchful eye of international media. Just like it said, the countries like United States of America, Britain, like world body like UN, European Union, didn't see IPOB as a terrorist organization. Could it be the reason IPOB is selling everywhere in the world, contrary to the position of the Nigerian government?
No, the truth of the matter is that the world knows what IPOB is fighting for. IPOB is fighting, they want to go on their own, and every other country in the world you see today, many countries are also agitating, they want to go to Spain. They are part of Catalonia are saying they want to go on their own, go to other countries. So it's not a crime. Now that you don't allow them to rule, it's between Yoruba and the Hausa, they are ruling this country. Yoruba and Hausa seek this country. Because if you have never given me a time to rule, you cannot tell me I'm part of people that spoil the country. It has been from Yoruba to Hausa, from Hausa to Yoruba. You don't allow Igbo man to come and rule. That's why in 2023 we say, okay, since we have seen the best and the worst of Fulani and Hausa, we have seen the best and the worst of Yoruba, let's try and see what Igbo man can offer. And that's why you see that a lot of us, people from the middle belt, you see that Peter Obi won Nasarawa, Peter Obi win Plateau, Peter Obi win, he pulled a lot of weight in the middle belt. We were tired about the killings.
But you recall that the minister, foreign affairs minister of the foreign affairs minister of Russia was very emphatic the other time that going forward, countries of the world, US, European Union, should start respecting self-determination. And we know that once you talk about self-determination globally, the first thing that comes to mind is Nnamdi and Biafra.
Yeah, that's why we are saying that Mazi Nnamdi is, for me, he's not doing anything wrong by fighting for Biafra for his people. You know, I keep saying that Mazi Nnamdi is preaching the right message he's supposed to preach. We are prolonging the evil days in this country. The earlier you allow everybody to go, the earlier will be better for us. Igbo will have be the Japan of Africa. Igbo will have be the China of Africa now, if they allow Biafra to go. And it will be of a benefit to every other African country in the world. By holding Igbo, you are pinning them down. You say, oh, if we allow Igbo to grow, they will dominate. We are doing ourselves. These people are talented. These people are blessed by God. That's why you see Igbo man will have a shop near you. Before you know, you expand, they have 5 shops. You think, oh, how did he do it? It's not a magic. They were born by it. It's not juju. Juju know they do business. Oh, this man is a ritualist. You go carry juju for a land, come they do business. Go do your own juju. If it is by juju. These are people that are blessed. If you look at most of the countries that are doing well in the world, Igbos are in the front of their economy because they are gifted. They might not go to school, though. Most of them don't go to school. They do well more than professors. You see, Igbo boy, you know, go school, he cannot even write his name, but he's a millionaire. What is he selling? Many things. They know the brain is there. They are born with it. The Bible says you cannot cause whom God has blessed. I feel that the Igbos are blessed by God. Don't forget that their origin is from their Jews. You guys. So, the reason Nigerians we are where we are now is because of the hatred against Igbos as a nation. Buhari did it. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I think he will do different. He's almost doing the work. Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is more or less Yoruba government. If we can condemn a Buhari who is a military man, how can we not condemn a Tinubu who is a civilian? Who said he's a Democrat? Who has run away from the dictatorship of Abacha? So all we are saying that if you want Nigeria to be better, bring Igbo back. Let Igbo be in the appeal of the economy of Nigeria, and you see Nigeria will rise up again. All these shenanigans, economy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. Look at the Minister of Power, where he tell you, we have badge A, we have badge B. Minister of Power. Do you see the light? Nigeria are paying through their nose, but we don't see the light. As I speak to you now, yesterday he said Nigeria to be get ready because the tariff will be hiked again. Nigeria are paying through their nose, and that is what you get when you pay people who have nothing to offer in the place of authority. That's what you have.